Maverick News presents The Rick Walker Show. Defrag your mind.
Well, hello, Maverick family. Hello, viewers from all over the world. I know I said I was going to be off for about a week, but here I am, live from Costa Rica, where I am enjoying some sun, but also doing a little bit of work. And I just wanted to come on briefly tonight to fill you in on what it is I'm doing down here. Now, first, I'm monitoring today's inquiry, the last day of the inquiry into foreign interference into Canadian elections. That's because the Prime Minister is testifying, even as we speak. I'm also here figuring out why Canadians are flocking to Costa Rica. But before we get into that, let's go right now live to Justin Trudeau on the stand testifying at this inquiry into election interference. Hang on a second here. I've got to backtrack a little bit on this because we came into this thing sort of at the tail end. So, well, let me tell you what's happened, because we've lost the feed out of there, and it looks like he has wrapped up. So Trudeau today is testifying, because I have some notes that I was taking here earlier, into election interference at this public inquiry. Prior to Trudeau coming to the stand, the Public Safety Minister, Bill Blair, took the stand and acknowledged that Canada has been under the influence of a number of countries, including China, and he indicated that Russia also engaged in some information warfare, I would say is a fair way to characterize what he was talking about. Although he said that Russia did not seem to have any direct influence in a substantial way in the last two federal elections. That being said, there is ongoing concern that was expressed again today by Blair and acknowledged even by Trudeau that the People's Republic of China has been having some substantial influence over the electoral process in Canada. He also said today, Trudeau said that where public leaks on information regarding this subject matter are concerned, the government's hands are really tied. He says there isn't a whole lot that can be done about it. He outlined a whole bunch of measures that the federal government has taken to address foreign interference since coming into power in 2015. He's talked about increased security, a protocol ushered in by the Liberals indicates that there would be public announcement if a panel of bureaucrats determined that an incident or an accumulation of incidents threatened Canada's ability to have a free and fair election. They have enhanced intelligence protocols in place. They've created new arms of bureaucracy to handle a lot of this kind of, I guess, intelligence gathering. In addition to that, it was interesting to hear Trudeau, especially at the tail end of his testimony today, indicate that in his view and the view of the government, a lot of the skepticism surrounding COVID, the pandemic, vaccinations, and so on, was the result of foreign government interference. That's the way he described it. So his testimony is wrapped up. We'll continue to kind of analyze this. I'm not really in a position, there's been so much information here today to digest that I don't have a full analysis yet to really provide on what exactly this all means or where it might be going. So I'm going to review more tonight. We'll have something on this again tomorrow night. I'm going to come on tomorrow night and talk a little bit about this more extensively. But both Blair in today's testimony and Trudeau talking about the pandemic and also talking about how these foreign governments, in their view, and the view of intelligence officials, are not necessarily engaging directly in the electoral process, but are engaging in information campaigns designed to divide society and even destabilize. So it was a very interesting conversation. It was interesting to listen to the testimony today. We'll have a lot more on it tomorrow. Now that I'm, kind of getting settled in here after finishing my travels and getting down here. Now, why am I here in Costa Rica? Well, I'm here honestly for a family thing, which is kind of personal. But I thought while I'm here, I will look into all of this talk about Canadians moving to Costa Rica. I'm told, I've been seeing reports that this is a new favorite destination for Canadians trying to escape the tyranny of Canada. So I'm here to find out if the grass really is greener on this side. Is the cost of living truly less? Is the standard of living comparable or better? Is there more freedom here? These are important questions when deciding to sell everything you have and move to a completely different country where there's a different language, different culture, different everything. It's an entirely different place. And from what I've seen so far, Costa Rica is a bustling, growing country, but I haven't seen enough of it yet to draw really any conclusions other than that. The weather here is beautiful, at least in the time that I've been here so far. People seem to be very friendly, but tomorrow I'm going to get away from this hotel where I'm staying, and I'm going to get out into the real Costa Rica and start talking to the people on the street, taking a look inside the shops, perusing the housing. I'm told that rent here is about 1/3 what it would cost in Canada. If it's $1,500 a month in Canada, it's about $500 a month here. Those are the kinds of reports that I've been receiving back in Canada, but I don't know if honestly it's true. I do know this. I've seen some prominent online streamers promoting Costa Rica, selling real estate here. I suspect they're making a pretty good living selling Canadians real estate packages to move here. But I'm skeptical. So I'm going to check it out. And I'm going to find out what I can find out. I don't know where that will lead me, but whatever I find out, I will share with you. And we'll try to get everybody a little bit closer to the truth. Now, in the last few days, since not really being on with you guys, there's been a lot of news happening. Also, reports. I have video, which again, I can't share with you right now because I'm just kind of getting situated here, getting settled in. But I wanted to come on. I have video of the FSB in Russia affecting arrests related to the Moscow terror attack. Kevin Michelizzi shared that with me, sent that over. So, I'll try to share that with you tomorrow night as well. In addition to that, ongoing allegations that the United States may be indirectly involved in that terror attack, and Ukraine. Ongoing allegations from Russia on that front as well. We've seen now video released of interrogations of those prime Moscow terror suspects, which is in itself controversial, I would say, but revealing in more than one way. So we'll maybe try and share some of that information in more detail with you tomorrow night as well. So that's really kind of where I'm at today. And I see Biden as well is ramping up his rhetoric against Netanyahu. I would say that's more political than real at this point from what I'm seeing. And in addition to that, I'm following from afar now with great interest this these ongoing protests, such as they are in various places across different points in Canada, not a lot of locations, but some key locations. And I would say that freedom protest out in Alberta, in Cochrane, is the one that seems to have the most legs at this point. Not sure about the rhetoric that I'm hearing surrounding all of it. A lot of the same kind of rhetoric we've heard in the past, and this time, though, it's all steeped in the axe the tax branding, if you will, which has sort of been, I would say, stolen from Pierre Poilievre. Why exactly that is going on, I have my own thoughts on it. I may share more insight with you on that front tomorrow night as well. Axe the tax. It was a Pierre Poilievre campaign platform plank, major, and it's been sort of taken over in a way. And the people in the freedom movement using it now are saying, Pierre Poilievre told us to come out and protest like this. And indeed, if you really look at the one speech that he gave, he did. So they were like, well, let's go. So there they are. And here's the irony in that is I don't think they really like Pierre Poilievre, to be quite honest with you. I don't think they trust him at all. And I don't think that the protests as we are seeing them are really aimed at helping him at all. It may end up being that way. And I think a lot of the protests we've seen, while maybe aimed at destabilizing things and destabilizing the conservatives as well as the liberals, and maybe trying to put support behind maybe the PPC, I think that it's the conservatives and Pierre Poilievre who have really benefited most from all of these protests. And we will see where it goes from here. Now, I know that police who were at the location in Alberta, and you saw them line up in the ditch there to prevent people from getting on the highway. They haven't been around now for at least 3 days. No sign of police at all, but the protesters basically behaving themselves and not venturing out onto the highway, not blocking infrastructure. But oh boy, it seems like they're chomping at the bit, aren't they? They seem to really want to do something more. That's the sense that I'm getting. I'm not just sensing it, I'm hearing it. We'll come to that. Well, I just hope everybody stays safe out there. And I can't tell today from the videos that I've been seeing and from the information that's been conveyed to me exactly how large these demonstrations are at this point. It was larger on the weekend. Numbers drop off during the week. They're trying to build things back up. They haven't been getting the numbers that they really want. They certainly don't have the numbers to do exactly what they want. And if you want to know what they want, then you just have to really listen. And every once in a while, they'll tell you what they really want. Maybe I'll tell you what they really want, or I'll let them tell you what they really want, maybe tomorrow night. So we'll have more for you as the sun sets here, rises again the next day, and 24 hours from now, I'll have a lot more to say about all these stories, I expect. So yeah, and I hope things are okay back in Canada. Quite honestly, I'm homesick already. I miss you guys. I miss being on here. I can't stay away, so here I am. I miss Canada already. I honestly do. I miss my home. I'm homesick. I guess I'm just a homebody. I miss my dog. I miss the weather. It's hot and humid here, and I like it. But I'll tell you this: here I am. It's April, and I was saying, why are we here in April? Why don't we come here in January? It doesn't make sense to me, but it wasn't my choice. So I'm here and making the most of the trip and getting some benefit for you guys as well by doing some work while I'm here, making it sort of a working vacation family thing. Everybody wants to get out of Canada, and I miss it already. I'll tell you, I really do. God, I really do. I love our country. Really, truly do. It's beautiful here. Nothing against Costa Rica. Maybe I'll fall in love with it too, but before I leave. But with all the problems that we have back home, isn't it funny? all the complaining that we all do. And yet here I am. I just leave the place and I can't wait to get back. It's home. It's home. And it's April and the weather there was beautiful. I left where I was living. Now I see that out west they've had, a scattering of snow, dusting here, and a few little, white pellets there, but nothing really major or substantial that I've seen in terms of snow or foul weather. And when I left, man, it was just a beautiful late spring kind of weather. It's been gorgeous. Like, it's some rainy days, but overall can't complain. So I would have been quite content to just stay home. And I'm looking forward to getting back. What's that phrase my mom always used to say? It's nice to get away, but there's no place like home. So hold the fort down. Don't let anybody burn that country down. I'm coming back. Don't let them do it. Don't let them do it. You keep that flag flying, high and proud. Keep that red and white maple leaf up in the air. Because I'm going to need that place if they let me back in. And I'm certain that they will. Guys, that's about all I'm going to say tonight. I just wanted to come on and say howdy to everybody. I'm just going to check the comments here. This computer is just a touch sluggish because we're on unreliable internet here, to be sure. Come on, computer, show me some comments. It's not cooperating. Here we go. Hey, there you are. War Machine, Linda, hey, how are you? And we've got Crazy Canadian. Hello, Sandy. Love you, Sandy. There's Lori. Yeah, you can take the boy out of Canada, but you can't take Canada out of the boy. That's true. I had, here's the funny thing. I got here last night. Here I am in Costa Rica, right? I can't remember my college Spanish for the life of me. So I'm having trouble. I used to be able to speak Spanish almost fluent. I can't speak hardly a word of it now. Here I am. But the funny thing is, you come all the way here and they have these restaurants around. So I've eaten so far Italian, Japanese, American. I don't think I've had any food from around here at all. No tacos. What is it about us? I just don't know. Let's go to Costa Rica so we can have pizza. That's the way it works. Anyway, that'll be it for tonight, guys. Miss everybody. God, I'm just such a homebody. That's okay. I'll be back. And like I say, just you keep the home fires burning, because I'm coming back. Yes, I am. Let me find my closer here so I can end this thing with class. There we go. Okay, guys, that's it for now. Signing off from Costa Rica, and I will catch you tomorrow night on the flip side.
This has been a Maverick Multimedia production.